So I learned a fun fact that if you stare at someone for 7 seconds, you know what that means? It's the decision if you want to have sex with that person or if you want to kill them. But we're here in Alfred, little Alfred, and I discovered a few things about Alfred. There's one, the location, the hills, got giant calf muscles from walking up and down the hills. It has an effect on where you want to go that day. He goes, even going to the gym itself, you get a workout getting to it. And then, don't even get me started on the food. He goes, I don't go home because the transition from CDH food to normal food, just the bowel movements are awful. And so it leaves you one thing to do. You drink. Yeah. So, find myself more than once going to the bottomless pit of GJ's. Booze. Don't touch the bowl. And so, it's the congregation of daddy issue women that want to dance their face off. And just people that really just want to dance. And so they find a partner to dance with. And they dance with them up until like 15 minutes until closing, and then they just disappear like Houdini. And so a few co-workers would go to the bar after work, and we just have a few beers, and we would sing some karaoke, you know, and then a friend of mine just brought an attractive friend, an 8 out of 10, and then my coworkers would talk to her. I don't know why. So I decided to walk up to her. And that's all I did. Walked up to her. And then I did the most awful thing that my body could ever do. For some reason, I croaked like a frog. It was like a burp and a hiccup all in one. I don't know. So on the way, like, you find yourself walking back to your dorm or home, wherever, and a few things happen. Like, you get the sketchy moment when there's a group of guys just walking, and you don't know what to do. I do one of two things. I skip like a schoolgirl. I'm not kidding. Or I sing the most ridiculous song I can think of. I don't really know what love is. But I want you to show me. So, I went to Canada. Any Canadians? No? Anybody gone to Canada? Woo! Alright, Niagara Falls.
Toronto.
Haven't been there. And so, you gotta sightsee, so you gotta have time management. And then we had to wake up at 8 a.m. And we made the bad decision of staying up until 1. And so, you know where you're at this moment where you're like not awake, but you're quite awake, and you notice what's happening? I looked up and I see my friend's mom shaking him, time to wake up. And all of a sudden I hear, boom! And on the same trip, we're driving in the car, and we're going back into the States, and the window's down, and out of nowhere I decided to go. I did not want to go to the United States. I looked to my left. Family of Indian people next to me. He heard me. I got the awfulest death stare I've ever had in my life. And we're having a staring contest. And his wife looks at me, has no idea what I said, and she waves. So I can't just wave at him. Good thing the windows are tinted. So when you're sleeping, there's 4 stages of the sleep cycle. And there's the first cycle, and it's called NREM, Natural Rapid Eye Movement. And there's stage 4. It's like rapid eye movement. It's the deepest sleep of the cycle that you can get. And there's a moment where you're still in 4, but then you're switching to 1. And if you can get woken up, it's probably one of the scariest things that's ever happened to you. You can open your eyes, you can't talk, you can't move. You're paralyzed. And because of that, it causes hallucinations. I don't know why, but it has something to do with how the stories of the devil started. I saw a purple elephant. It's like Horton Hears a Who and Barney had a bastard child. So, being an Alfred, you're far away, obviously, and you're driving. I felt something crawling on my leg. And I was like, yeah, it's nothing. And it still was crawling. So I looked down, there's a bee. I'm allergic to bees. So we're staring at each other. And he notices. We make eye contact. We made an agreement. I don't kill him. He does not kill me. Not the first time I've made a pact with an insect. I do with spiders all the time. So I came up with this conclusion that if a bee lands on my crotch, violence is not the answer.